Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the second episode of Oval and Out. Surrey's day emphatically at the Kia Oval. They finish at 136 for 1. Hampshire started the day 55 for 1, and Surrey, after a quiet first hour, roared back into the game, taking the final 9 Hampshire wickets for 135 runs. And in their second innings, they started well. Dom Sibley and Rory Burns put on 56 for the first wicket, and at the end of the day, Ollie Pope and Dom Sibley finished unbeaten with half centuries to both of them. Phil Walker, Surrey's day completely.
Statement day by Surrey. It was an inauspicious day one and a tough week at Chelmsford last week. But as soon as the murmurs start to come around that teams may be catching them up, they go and bully one of their closest challengers, and it's now looking like an uphill struggle for the visitors.
An extremely disciplined performance with the ball in particular.
Yeah, they did the classic Surrey strangle. After a quietish first hour, but crucially they didn't allow the lefties Stoneman and Gubbins to get away from them. And then once they winkled that first one out, with Gubbins going for a tidy 43, after that they just did what they do, and only 8 fours were struck across the first 45 overs of Hampshire's innings up to the end of lunch. And that told a story, really, that while wickets were not necessarily easy to come by, it's a relatively placid pitch, bit up and down, but relatively placid, and we felt day 2 would be the right time to bat on it. But they never got away. And as soon as a couple fell in the first half of the afternoon session, then Surrey just really turned the screw on them. And although Kyle Abbott had a bit of fun hitting, I think, 37 towards the back end, they were always a bit behind. And once you give up any kind of first innings lead against a batting lineup as strong as Surrey's, then you're up against it. And in the evening session, it was a procession.
A quietly remarkable first session, actually. Just 42 runs from 29 overs. Now time for our daily features. First off, Phil, what's your moment of the day?
My moment of the day is actually the first wicket to fall, which was a bit of canniness from Dan Lawrence. And Dan Lawrence came into the attack within the first hour. I don't think anybody really foresaw that. Not much turn on offer, obviously, on day 2, but he came into the attack and he offered something a bit different, and there was a funkiness to the field as well, and he went round the wicket to the left-handers. As I say, Stoneman and Gubbins were pretty ensconced at that point, and he put in, and it might have been Rory Burns as well, the skipper, they put in Ollie Pope at leg slip. And you would think it's counterintuitive, right? You take out the conventional slip and put him to leg slip for a right arm off break bowler bowling to a left-hander. And yet, because of Lawrence's drift and style, and because he has that knack of just letting it go with the fingers, going across the player, doesn't necessarily get too much lateral drag and rag, if you like, in the conventional fashion. And so as it ran on with the arm, Gubbins got in a bit of a tangle, it deflected it off most of the face of the bat, but Ollie Pope was there and he took a real good catch to get things going. And I think they were maybe 84 at the time, 84 for 2, soon enough 86 for 3, and then Surrey were up and running.
Player of the day, we were arguing about this before we started recording. Quite a few candidates from Surrey.
Yeah, where have you gone for it?
I think I've just about finished on Dom Sibley. I think that even though Surrey had that first innings lead, it's only a lead of 30-odd. That can change very quickly. Abbott and Wheel bowled really well in the first innings. That, with the amount of cricket we had left in the day, Surrey could easily have finished it 4, 5, even 6 down. But the way Sibley got through that new ball period, but also scored freely, he's my man.
I think he's in the form of his life, and his game looks in such good order now. There's an economy of movement as well. He's controlled, his balance is excellent. He's always been strong through mid-wicket, but he's opened up other parts of the ground now as well. And he's clearly so at ease in his own game that he plays at his own pace, but with enough propulsion as well. And I think him and Pope recognised in the evening session, OK, we're up in the game now. Let's go and play. And Sibley was fluent and classy and relentless. So he's 153 not out, I think, now in the game, having carried his bat. Only Boycott's carried his bat more in the championship than Dom Sibley, by the way. That was, I think, the 6th time that he did it, having done it 5 times for Warwickshire. He's a top class county opening bat, and he's playing as well as I've ever seen it.
What brought you joy today, Phil?
Joy. I brought my in-laws in. That brought me joy. My in-laws came to the game today, and my mother-in-law, who loves her sport, keen netballer, but learning the game, let's put it that way. And I was explaining the nuances of declarations and freeing up enough time in the game to ensure you can get your 10 wickets and so on and so on. And I'd like to say she was gripped and wrapped. Maybe she was just enjoying the flow of the Sauvignon Blanc. I'm not entirely sure. But it was lovely to have them here. And I know Colo said this last night, but walking around the ground at lunchtime and showing my mum and dad-in-law what it's like and the conviviality of it, that was a real joy. And it was a proper eye-opener for those two as well. The old man, Pete, he knows his cricket, he likes it, he goes to New Road in Worcester. But for Charmian, it was a wholly new experience for her, and that was a joyous thing to let her, to open it all up to her.
Very quickly, I'm really excited about the prospect of beating the 21st century attendance record here at the Kia Oval that was set last season in the game against Essex. The way we started on days 1 and 2, it is possible that we break the record here in Surrey's first home fixture of the season. Why should people tune in or come tomorrow?
Well, for that, to begin with, be part of history. But also, look, Surrey are 170 odd ahead, 9 wickets in hand. They've got an international class lineup ready to go. Jamie Smith has looked $1 million every time he's walked out to bat so far this year, and he's not got a definitive score. Come along tomorrow and see basically Surrey go bananas. That's what's going to happen.
And if you can't come tomorrow, we're on the YouTube channel as always. That's everything from me and Phil. Over and out.